slides here. There we go. Yeah, I figured there's a couple of topics within AI I figured it would be interesting to touch on. So that's the majority of the agenda from my side. But I did want to call out a couple of quick ones. First one being from NewNet side on Friday, 13 UTC. There's the roadmap sync on AMA. This is a monthly recurring X space, and it's also at the same time live on YouTube. I strongly recommend checking it out because they're super open and yeah, just I still feel they're an example of how to properly, transparently communicate all the progress being made in a project. Every now and then, from I'm watching it with my SingularityNET glasses on, and I feel like why are we not doing it like this? It should be so simple. So yeah, highly recommend. Also, I think exactly a month from now, or minus 1 day perhaps, but it's a short month. So let's say a month from now, on March 2nd, they're gonna have Network Live, as they call it, pretty much the main net launch for NewNet. And yeah, they'll have some goodies to share during that roadmap sync. And also, they have pretty much the full team, or at least the team leads, actively present and available for any level of questions. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner or a highly expert AI developer, pretty much anything goes. And I figured I would also call out the discussion session on February 18th, 16 UTC, about ecology and sustainability. I think with the current audience, I've repeatedly mentioned this session already, so might skip on giving full details. But yeah, Tina here in the room will be leading that effort. And yeah, then I figured I would leave this one in from last week. The document on the restructure is still very much open to feedback, input, comments, elaborations, all that jazz. And figured that would deserve a quick call out there. Yeah, then on the Unseen Hero of the week, the responses form was empty, so that's going to be a relatively quick one to cover. There was no pushing over the past week for people to remember them that this is a thing we now have, and that did show in the results. I was kind of considering like, let's squish one in just to not have an empty list, and then I quickly thought like, nah, let's no need for pretending, right? It is what it is. But let me share the link in chat just for reference. And this was also a reminder to myself. I mean, I don't have it as an outstanding task or anything, but somebody should be remembering people that this is a thing and that we are trying to acknowledge work that people are doing, which is not necessarily paid through work groups or in any way. But people are working behind the scenes and doing cool stuff that does, yeah, bring value to the community. And that's the intention of recognizing with this form. Then I figured it would be interesting to do a quick temperature check on a topic discussed in governance. And today we discussed project-based work. And I think we have exactly overlapping attendance currently in the room. Please, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe both Tina and Ashley and Guillermo, you were all in that call, right? So that kind of makes it a bit of a moot one, feels to me to regurgitate on. But it's something to keep in the back of your heads, perhaps. If you happen to have a relatively small size project, which could be interesting to test out the project-based approach. I think over the coming, well, pretty much until the end of the quarter, we'll be collecting ideas on yeah, projects that are suited for working this way and actively test with it. Yeah, again, I did want to turn this into a group-wide discussion. At the same time, I think we were all present, so yeah, here we are. Um, then I did make a little list of a bunch of cool stuff happening in AI because it's exploding. Feels like, at least. Some corners of the internet are really going crazy with PlotBot, for example. Um, it shifted from ClotBot to ModBot to OpenClaw now. Not sure how long it will be before it has a different name. But it was, yeah, in my mind, really cool to see the amount of traction that is able to, well, to get generated simply by cool stuff being out there. Like there's zero discussions on payments there, or structures, or hierarchy, or documenting, or anything. It's just open source, code is there, fork it, go. And yeah, people making skills which others skills being yeah, it's a skill, but in cloud context it's called a skill. It's basically an outline of a specific task, relatively detailed description of what cloud needs to do. People are simply uploading them. They make a cool skill, others can see it, can simply adopt it into their workflow. It's all open, shareable, free. I mean, you pay for token usage in the LLM, of course, but I don't know. In a way, it was a bit of an eye opener. Like we're having all these discussions about money, and the actual cutting edge of technology. Wow, that might be a bit of an overstatement, but in a way, it is. It's like where it's actively unfolding. People don't give a flying anything about the money, about the roles, about the structures, the organizations. It's just do it and build it, and in the meantime, have a little fun with it. But yeah, I don't know. It did put things into perspective a little bit. It was like every now and then people keep saying that with our current amounts of funding involved, it's very close to volunteer compensation rather than market rates or yeah, similar payment rates. I don't know. These people are volunteering, and it works. It's exploding in like people contributing, and yeah, it's like they're onto something there in a way. This is nothing new, I guess, and that nicely ties into the second link. Uh, Sorry again, the overlays. No, I did not link the podcast. Apologies. I will actually put a little effort and share the link to that podcast in the Zoom chat because this was a long time since I listened to a podcast this interested. So bear with me a second. I'll grab the link. It was basically Mihaela from SingularityNET, our chief AI alchemist by title, um, discussing with Michel Bouwens, basically exploring peer-to-peer and the whole ecosystem around that and how it relates to, well, it kind of went back to the starts of civilization, the way from hunters and gatherers to this kinship kind of societies to empires and feudalism and religion taking over and industrial revolution. And there's these certain patterns happening, which I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on the topic. Not at all. I was just very inspired by that podcast. But there, the link is in the chat now. Yeah, in my mind, it was just quite an eye opener, especially on the commons side of things. I'm not even gonna try to give a lecture on this or anything. But basically, it's related to capitalism and how that exploits, basically. Well, that's hardly any news, I imagine, but yeah, it was all about how to make the commons, the stuff that's done by and for the people, how to make that resilient against value extraction by capitalism. And I don't know, it was a real trip for me. It was covering a lot of topics and connecting them. Yeah, I don't know, just I was super enthusiastic about it. I still am. I was thinking we should have him on the town hall shortly. We can. I mean, not sure if he will accept, but can definitely invite him. Because this interview was every now and then Mihaela pushed it back to focus on AI and beneficial AGI. But yeah, it's peer-to-peer is not that much about AI by itself. It's mostly about you know file sharing, like Napster. In my experience, was the very first peer-to-peer network I got in touch with, and so it's not all about AI, but there's a lot of well, community basically and governance, and yeah. Okay, I'll stop ranting about it. You can definitely check it out. Also wanted to share a little link by an article to an article by Ben, kind of discussing how OpenClaw um, relates to well AGI. Because, for example, this ModBook, which I called out here, it's pretty much a Reddit, but then for agents only. And you see them interacting with each other. They're talking. And basically, the blog post makes a very solid point on yeah, these agents are talking together. They're not thinking together. So it's a step. It's not nothing. It's if anything, it's another thing that makes thinking about the AGI a bit more mainstream, and people can start to grasp it a bit better. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just a very good read. um, and then a bit more detailed. Let me also copy the link, but it's a bit of an ugly one. It's a Telegram link because Ben shared to. Yeah, he sometimes like to do that. Like it's not yet a white paper, but it's like a draft version of something that will become a white paper. Um, and that's specifically about Questor, which is our pretty much our research assistant type of project, which is not live yet. But on that Telegram post, he linked two articles. One kind of explaining the architecture, how Questor, and when I say Questor, yeah, basically it's Hyperon infused. There's a lot of Hyperon stuff in the background within Questor and within that research. Yeah, research assistant feels like it's doing it a little bit, making it a bit smaller than what it actually is. But anyway, all right, enough ranting. But yeah, if you're looking for further reading on Ben's thoughts on how our Hyperon products could interact with these agents, yeah, that's you can find it there. Also, feel free to ask me for links outside of this call. And the second portion is he dives into the architecture of persona, and to me that feels very interesting. Um, it's kind of what we're doing with the governance dashboard and Sarah there. That is a persona. So it kind of made me wonder, like, could we somehow have that, I don't know, interact, have some API access, where we could have, I don't know, allow for a way where agents could be asking about our stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It just the second document in that Telegram post details basically the architecture for personas as Ben sees that. Okay, this turned into a monologue rather than a town hall. I do apologize for that, but part of the reasoning there was, okay, I don't want to completely call it off, and I do have some things I do want to touch on. But of course, it being a town hall, there's definitely a lot of room for any questions, comments, can be any topic pretty much.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. So
Yeah,
I
you
read
can.
Ben's post on what is Substack. Really cool stuff. Yesterday we spent some time after our meeting, our work group SIG meeting. We chat with Leandro about yeah, OpenClaw and yeah, this new the ModBook. It's pretty amazing what is going on. So yeah, the kit already. I mentioned you yesterday. I didn't even open it since I got last week from my holidays and the birthday thing. I didn't open it. I do wanna, but we do need to understand how we can integrate with our stack, as you were mentioning. You just said the right aspect on why we should. No, only to learn because it really is based on context architecture and yeah. So really curious about it. The other thing that also so let's share. Let's use this space for sharing info. The other thing that really struck me yesterday is this one. So we have the ModBook for agents to interact, and then this project came out yesterday. So where AI agents can rent humans. That's crazy. So I need a human for an IRL. So it's the opposite. That's really so. It's AGI is happening. This is something we discussed. No, PD is like, what is AGI? So AGI it is the combination of AI and human. No, so a super intelligence. AGI is some super intelligent, wiser than us. Super. So that means it should cross the level of human knowledge or intellectual. No. So what if today's AGI is represented by human AI collaboration? Today you can say AGI is the result of that. So not only that the singularity is here or not, we together with AI, we represent the singularity. So these things are happening so rapidly with the creativity from developers, thinkers, artists. It's really amazing. This one is really cool. And this was up yesterday. Simple. I'm going to post here and share here also the guy that built it. Simple with an MCP call. You get in. When he posted this, there were last night 130 people. Already now you have 5,700 people that subscribe to this. More than 100,000, 120,000 people that visit the site. So it really caught the attention also on how this, what will be the opposite interaction of what's going on. So agents looking for us to solve problems that they want to become physical. Okay. So it's pretty cool. And also in the same line we were discussing. Yeah. So amazing things are going on. And definitely, so Leandro mentioned yesterday he put together his agent already on Claw. So probably we can use that one. Or yeah, I don't know. Let's think about it. How we can. It's like our twin brother, no, the twin protocol. We can build something like that, representing each one of or the work groups, or if we go project based, an agent for each project, an agent for a work group to follow up. Because I think the discussion is not about admin versus operational or project versus admin. It's how we adapt or evolve as what we have in the program in that direction to turn us more efficient and more outcome based, so result based. So really cool stuff going on.
Oh, it's really cool, and it's there was a similar one, but basically a Fiverr for agents themselves, which is not connecting humans to agents, which is way cooler. But yeah, that Fiverr thing is out there as well. It feels like every day something new, pretty much.
Yeah. And open source and no contracts in between. The other cool thing about this and why Claude exploded, there's no intermediate. There's nobody in between. So yeah, the middleman took the sugar. And now people are just interacting with each other, and yeah, crazy. Yeah, good stuff, Pete. Thanks for sharing that.
Let's see. Hey, Ayomi. Thanks for hopping on. We more or less covered the bulk, I think, for today. But if you happen to have any questions, comments, things you want to share, there's definitely room for that. That goes for everybody, of course. I do want to make a quick out call for tomorrow, and also a little check on whether, for example, R&D Guild is actually happening at 19 UTC. Guillermo, you might be in a position to confirm or deny. Sorry, my lip reading is very bad.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, we're gonna go live and probably discuss. I wanna, I don't know if let's see if the crew will gather Stephen. I don't know Tivo's agenda for tomorrow. But as Vanny mentioned today, integration is going to be, I think, the key aspect also of our work group collaboration. So archive tooling or Oracle tooling integrated with the governance framework, integrated with Oracle, however you want to call it, or put it in the order you want to put it, and to have a common database that we can share. We have no sense to have separate database and this and that. Also, all these kind of initiatives so we can integrate through an API easier, you know. So we'll probably discuss that if we have so if the crew can assist. If not, we will push it for next Wednesday. But yeah, and yes, confirmed, we will have definitely some aspect of the redesign of a B3 for the governance dashboard for this iteration, even if it's a report based as we did in Q4. So yeah. Hey, Vani. So I don't know, there's a lot of cool stuff that we can discuss. Previous meeting was an hour and 40 minutes of all discussing all these possibilities. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, nice. Welcome, Fanny. Thanks for hopping on. We did more or less cover the agenda.
I thought you might have done. I just thought I'd hop in anyway.
Yeah, fair. No, that's cool. And actually, there's one item I did want to call out, which was also potentially relevant to you. That's from BGI side. There's some interest in utilizing our meeting archiving tool, and I kind of showed you what we're having.
Which one? The one we're currently building, or the old one?
It must be the old one in that case.
No, I mean that's kind of what Archives Work Group is focusing on this quarter, is trying to just create a new interface and kind of bring a few things together. So I mean, yes, they can use the old one in the event that we're not finished by the end of the quarter, but yeah, it's just like I think yeah, it might not be worth like creating new meeting summary templates for them at this point. Yeah, I suppose I'm just trying to get to how soon do they reckon they want to start using it?
I got the impression it's basically in context of the BGR work groups that are kind of
Okay.
popping off, right? So in that sense,
Yeah.
yeah, yesterday is
All
always the
right. I
answer.
mean, in that case, they could use an existing template. They could put it through under AI ethics, I guess.
Yeah, it makes me want because basically from their perspective, what they're looking for is like there's these new work groups and they're trying to
Yeah.
formulate a couple of processes. So I can't speak on their behalf, but I would kind of imagine they're looking for something to use and then not switch.
Right, right, right. I mean, what we're trying to do is get something kind of composable and customizable so you can set the fields that you want and blah, blah, blah. And we have found certain things that we've done in like past summary templates haven't worked that well. Like having a narrative field, it kind of prompts people to waffle, and it means you've got big chunks of kind of unstructured data, which don't always, well, I won't say they won't work with a knowledge graph, but it's just a different process, you know? So, yeah, I'm kind of waffling here, aren't I? But I'm just
Yeah,
thinking we can use what we've already got with them, but
yeah, fair.
might be better if I have a quick word to see where Stephen's up to with it and see if we can get something up and running sooner than later. And maybe if they kept meeting summaries for now for the next like couple of meetings in a doc, we transfer them. That might be the way.
That could work. Yeah. Yeah, so basically they asked me to give a bit of an overview about the tool and
Hmm,
its usefulness and what didn't work and what did work,
hmm.
that kind of stuff, and also what would be needed to get them an instance. Because well, the one I shared, I'm pretty sure this is the old one. Doesn't have any branding or anything, right? It's just
Yeah, that's true, and it is completely open source, so they could spin up something based on the source code themselves if they
cool.
wanted to. But I just think there are things about it that are not ideal. And I also think the nature of their meetings is a bit different from the kind of meetings that we have. So
Yeah.
yeah, they might want to pick fields, and that's what we're trying to sort of
Yeah.
create a system where people can do that.
I think if they could totally have it their way, they would even automate the inputting into the tool. Like somehow
Well,
scrape something from read AI, put it in there, and have it or something.
well, that's kind of
Um,
what Malik's doing now with these town halls, isn't it? So that bit of code could be something that they use.
Very true. Interesting. Okay. Well, I need to think a little bit on what makes most sense and how to approach that. But yeah. Okay. Well, to be followed up. That's for sure. But it sounded like they would be quite open to providing a bit of budget for allowing for a bit of work to set it up for their for them. So
Mm,
yeah,
sound all right. I mean, the best thing to do might be to just like talk to them about it, just see what they need.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, true. That makes me wonder if Malik is on Mattermost. Don't think so. All right. Okay, not quite sure what the platform would be. And maybe I'll make a group conversation with you and Stephen and them or something. To be
Yeah,
completely
maybe if we can do that, if we could do that on Discord, then or we could invite Malik to Mattermost because it'd be good if he was there, I think.
yeah, yeah, that works for me. Cool. All right. In the meantime, sorry not to acknowledge earlier, welcome, Esse. We already did cover most of the agenda pretty quickly. We were just the four of us, so we went through it relatively quick and a bit informal. So we were kind of, or are kind of at the open topics, anything goes section of the town hall. So if you happen to have anything you feel like asking, discussing, mentioning, uh,
Were
anything
there
goes.
any invisible work heroes this week? I haven't even checked.
They were truly invisible this week. Nobody noticed them.
Oh no.
Oh,
No, I
on
did.
that regard, and on the workgroup seeing and on this other stuff in the redesign in the product, probably some big red fonts can work more with this invisible thing. We can do some kind of
Yeah, we could. I mean, if I thought about it, I would have nominated you, Tina, because you've been doing shed loads to get the AI and sustainability event off the ground.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
But I will put you in for next week because you'll still be doing loads of work to get it off the ground. Have we mentioned that? Have we have surely? I'll have to post about it as well, but yeah.
Yes, well,
can
I
we
have
do
to
it
say, I
live?
only touched on it by calling it out that it was a thing because the same people in the room heard it a couple of times already. So there's that. But yeah, yeah. So in general, we should have simply posted on the socials, right? So
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to go about that with like Twitter and stuff. Do I ping marketing and ask them if they will, or what's the
well,
process?
yeah. In theory, that's the way of going about it.
Okay, I shall do
In
that
practice,
then.
we've been struggling with like we are tweeting, so for sure somebody has access to the account, but account access for the for access is a bit of an issue currently.
The other thing we could do with this initiative, Vani, which I really like, is that we can push a call to action per week, starting the week or closing the week to have it on in each town hall, and then make a final live. We can do it live. We can do nominate. Go to the numbers and see if we can.
Oh,
Whoever is present that haven't participated on the form, they can do it. We can open the thing for 5 minutes and
we could, yeah. It's just like if town halls are like 6 people, and it's a little bit. It kind of minimizes the anonymity of it, doesn't it? But yeah, it's definitely worth a go. I mean, if it
yeah,
doesn't catch fire in the next like couple of weeks, maybe we just drop it. I don't know. Or resurrect it again if there's ever more people around. It just feels like everything's really quite quiet at the moment. So,
Yeah, I agree. Not the first time this happens, and it appears to coincide with market movement. I don't have any strong data on that, to be honest, but that's just the impression I'm having.
yeah, it makes sense as well, doesn't it? People have to go and earn a crust. I suppose.
Yep.
Maybe we can sell the idea to deep funding and they can start doing it.
I imagine they've quite a bit more active people, right? If anything, more budget, so that kind of translates into more active people. Could be nice. I guess once we are closer to BGI and deep funding, could simply make it a bit wider.
We can make it cross. No? Cross programs.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, there's quite a lot of cross program people, so yeah.
Um, I think that's mostly it from us. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that sucks. Do take it easy. Um, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting. Yeah, Tina, nice. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's a wrap, right? Let's save ourselves 15 minutes and hop off and enjoy the rest of Tuesday. Yeah, thanks for being here and sharing your time and insights. And let's see, yeah, so tomorrow we have education at 16 UTC and R&D at 19 UTC. And quick check, funny while you're in the room, on Thursday 13 UTC, is that accurate for onboarding?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it might be, but yeah, I'll ask Suka to fix it if it needs fixed.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, that's it. Thanks again, and we'll talk on Discord. Have a good one.
Thanks, Pete. See you later, guys.
And thank you.
Cheers, everyone. Take
Cheers.
care.
Bye-bye.